Strike lets you sell peptides now. And in this video, I'm going to show you why research use only, despite Stride letting you sell the peptides, research is on its way out the door and why you need to transition to telehealth. Not without, though, first casting in on the RUO opportunity. I'll show you. I processed for over 90 of these merchants in the peptide space. And I was so surprised 2 weeks ago to learn this. You can look this up on yourself. I'm right here. Yes, Stripe supports the sale of many different types of peptides. So here, peptides that are for research purposes may be sold on Stripe as long as there are preventative measures in place to ensure these are not accessible to those who would purchase research chemicals for non-research purposes. What does that mean? You got to be selling B2B. Company name, asking for the EIN, asking for the research or organization email instead of the personal email. That is to the heaviest extent of their compliance policy. However, there are brands who do not ask that currently right now on Stripe processing for research. How are they doing it? They're staying compliant still without having to verify the institutional information. Now, let's get into some of the aspects of your RUO business that will make it gone in 6 months or the catalyst for telehealth. Now, we have several people who are very bullish on the peptide industry. We have Slashbank, who is processing for, well, not processing, but allowing transactions to come through for telehealth peptides. They have their fastest growing vertical in telehealth. We had one of their reps on our Peptide Business Summit talk about how to stay compliant, how to survive in the banking side of this industry. Look into it. I have an affiliate link down below if you need an account opened. Also, Meta is okay with you running peptide ads, but you must get it from an agency ad account provider like Orange Trail. They have people who are former Meta employees that allow them to get these ad accounts up and live and running your research brand. The founder, Rohan, did a section inside of our Peptide Business Summit about how to run these ads compliantly. He also runs a performance marketing agency with a great team that will help you if you need it, okay? Finally, WAP. WAP is now allowing you to run ads on their own agency ad accounts. As of today, if you're qualified, you could borrow, just as you could with Orange Trail, an agency ad account to run your peptide ads on Meta. Big breakthrough, but only Meta. You need to upload, send money to your WAP balance in order to spend here on WAP's agency ad platform, and you would create a campaign from within WAP. I'm showing you all this so you see who is currently supporting the industry. Next, not private equity, but VC-backed companies are interested in buying these research-use-only peptide brands, and Zogby Capital, my buddy Ben Zogby over there, is helping some of my clients even sell right now, preparing them for exit. Some of these brands are doing $5 million a month, and they're due to sell at a valuation of 150, 200 million. Private equity won't buy that, too risky. Truly the only people that would find value in this space are those who already could make use of just the users themselves of these research brands. If all they could get were the users from these research brands and turn profit on, not benefiting from the actual research brand itself, okay, because you would probably need to change it around if you want to transition it to telehealth. But just the users who have been buying these longevity-oriented peptides, that is the core pillar of their thesis, these VCs, okay? These VC-backed companies. Great, now that we've covered that, you should also know that there are sales teams, call centers, men and women who are calling people who don't buy from your store, abandoned checkouts. And this group I sell for you, I partnered with them. They're doing a presentation tomorrow at the Peptide Business Summit, talking about their case studies of helping an existing $1 million a month brand add an additional $1 million+ in revenue from net new customers. So you can either have them call existing customers or net new ones who have never bought from you before but abandoned checkout, which we understand the lifetime value, long-term, 50% returning customer rate, that's a big deal. Working on performance with nothing up front. That is, I sell for you. You can see how they work here on this link. Lots of links to show you, but I want to front load these tools before we get into the nitty gritty on why I think you should do RUO and telehealth at the same time. Okay, we have other companies like Remo. They're one of many who have created this SaaS platform connecting pharmacies, doctors' networks, and these intake forms, these front-end forms that collect patient data and then help you transact and sell the prescribed compounds to your customers. This is one of a few brands that are doing it. So you understand how these brands work. They charge a monthly fee, $500 to $5,000 a month. And they give you access to some of these offerings, like retatrutide, semaglutide, tirzepatide. These offerings allow you to, at a steeper price point than the actual Chinese stuff, but it's made here in the US, but allows you to sell to people with the guidance of a doctor, meaning you can cross-sell other things to people, and thus the customer lifetime value is higher, and your overall valuation for the company will greatly exceed the research use only side of things. 10 to 12 to 15x. For telehealth, we've only really seen 3x EBITDA for research. So consider these two paths. And then we have Ringadora, also providing some useful platform tools, getting you started with telehealth right away. Ivermectin prescribed by a doctor. Ain't that something? If you know anything about ivermectin, that's something that you usually have to get like at a farmer's feed market or on the black market. Now they're letting you prescribe it. These doctors, they're putting their neck out on the line for the sake of money and the sake of the patient, because all these compounds are efficacious. They have utility to them. They can actually impact people's lives in a profound way. It's not like a vitamin D supplement, okay? These people are really, really benefiting from these compounds. Come July 23rd, that's in 49 days, the FDA will meet. They will have a committee to discuss these peptides to be 503A compounded. KPV, BPC, TB, MOTC, highly profitable SKUs. Okay, highly impactful products for consumers. And then these other ones down here, C-Max, Epitidolon, and I don't know how to sell this, and Medeltide. Opioid withdrawal, chronic insomnia, narcolepsy. Read this. If you're going to be in this industry, read what they're doing here. Legislation is pushing for the development of these peptides. MAHA, Make America Healthy Again, and Trump's cabinet are very pro-peptide. They want more Americans on them, which is ironic, because most of the Americans are getting their peptides from China. So Trump is very pro-China in that way. Now, getting into this thesis. This is how you cash in on the research while the window is open and moving to telehealth before it shuts for good. So I run processing for about 90 brands in the space. I'm on the phone with operators all day. To my girlfriend's dismay, I'm on the phone with them while we could probably be relaxing, right? But I want to talk to these people because they know something. And I love collecting intel in this industry. That's how I have this context to be making a video and be qualified to have you listen to me for the next 10 minutes. All right? Not theory. Watching the market move in one direction mostly. Okay? Research is close to finish. There's a brand out there, maybe many of you know them, but instead of trying to sell their company, which is worth easily over $70 million, they're just shutting down. They're not even attempting to take it to market to sell it. They just want to shut down altogether. What does he know that other people don't? Well, some people have relationships inside the government. And the people in the government, what do? They give you insight on where policy is changing. And once you've created wealth for yourself, tens of millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars, why would you risk all of that being frozen for a couple more months worth of keeping your business open, right? It's not worth it. Same reason peptide science is shut down. Okay? So as you're reading this right now, okay, you can always look at this PDF later, but I'm going to read this out loud for you, some of the key parts. Banks are pulling out, FDA's moving. This is the window. This is not me doom and gloom. This is just the window. And it's going to be really hard for you to make this work a couple months from now. So you got to start now. And also get your telehealth up. Okay? Chargebacks aren't a problem in this industry. It's the fines. It's the merchant non-compliance that's taking place. I just saw a fine the other day on one of our mids. Holy smokes. It was a shared mid that other merchants were on. None of my merchants were non-compliant, but there were some other merchants on that mid who were not compliant, and they caused these Visa fines. Not MasterCard. Visa is the one who laid the fines down. It can be anywhere between 50 to 200 grand, which is why the only way to get processing, like if you want to go with the BMO Harris solution right here, some of these brands are going to ask for you to cough up 50 grand as a deposit on top of giving you 10 to 20% fees, as well as maybe even a 10% reserve. Okay? 2 years ago, you could get these accounts up, running, no problem. And now termination after termination is occurring. So if you're in the space, you have to make a decision. Do I try to go compliant on domestic level, domestic US payment processing, or do I do totally black hat, cloak all my stuff with cloaked Stripe and PayPal accounts? You have to make a decision though. You have to do one or the other. I'm personally for the domestic compliance solution because I like to be legal, okay? But it's up to you, because Truly, if you were to take the Black Hat solution, you don't get matchless or a Visa fine because it's not your merchant account. They're swapping out a bunch of merchant accounts that have nothing to do with you and your entity. So take that what you will. The regulators are going to close in. July 23rd, they'll have their orders. Will it be Order 66? And the Jedi Council is to be executed by their clone fellows? I don't know. Crazy analogy, right? Research is still the fastest online money right now. If it's dying, why touch it at all? Because while the window's open, nothing online makes money faster. It's the truth. Okay? Margins are not normal. $200 compound like Red TrueTide costs you $10 a source, $12, $15, $30 if you have it labeled and drop shipped for you. I personally pay $30 for my Red TrueTide. No 2 years of losses to buy the growth. Okay? Instant make money this week. Because everybody that you know wants to buy Peptide. And so technically, you don't even need to run ads. You can just have your store open and start dishing out sales. 80% margin, 90% margin. Okay? The weak operators quick every week. The weak operators quick every week. Every couple days, actually. Okay, so when a branch shuts their doors, like one of these bigger ones, Straight Labs, shutting their doors publicly July 1st, it's going to leave a lot of demand that has to go somewhere. And again, this doesn't really cost much to get started, but I would definitely start with at least $5,000 if you're going to do this. So you can get proper inventory and COAs. Okay. Here is how to make money faster when you're doing this. You have to speak to your customers. Before you spend money on ads, think about scaling. 2 moves cost nothing and almost nobody makes them. This is the founder grind. It's where your first money and your first true read on the customer comes from. You tell your own network. If you sell them peptides, say it out loud. Tell people you already know. Your phone is full of people curious about this, or maybe they're already on GLP-1. The lesser effective semaglutides and tirzepatides. You tell them, hey man, I got that good stuff. I got that Retatrutide, a highly efficacious Retatrutide, way better than what's publicly available, sold by Hims and such. 50 messages a day. You're going to be busy in your phones because they're going to tell their friends. And their friends are going to tell their friends. So your network, there are people who have come to me who are organically doing $50K a month because this is what they're doing full time. All right? If I had a gun to my head, I had to make money as soon as possible. I didn't have any network or connections like I do now. If I was me in 2018, now, selling loads of peptides. Treat every lead like it's the last customer that you'll get. Every opt-in, every abandoned card, especially week 1, do not let them rot in the CRM. You need to tell Claude, hey, all these people, here's my entire contact list. I want you to make a push-button clickable document where it's populated already with the message I want to send to people. So that way, on my MacBook, I can click button, it opens up an iMessage, it has the pre-message in there with their name already, asking them if they want to buy XYZ compound, okay? Or whatever you want to say. And then you dish out 30 of those messages, 40, 50 of those messages. You can even have Claude autonomously do it if you give it permissions inside of your Mac to do so, or whatever Windows PC that you use. I would suggest Mac because you can use iMessage and delivery rate's a lot better, okay? So you do that. You let everybody know that you're selling. Treat every lead like it's the last customer you'll get. You get on the phone with people. You don't have to give them direct dosing advice. Yes, unless you really want to. If it's a stranger on the internet, you don't have to give them dosing advice. You could tell them, hey, I'm just here to let you know that the COAs are legit, that the scores are, and the testing is all good. And what you're buying you can feel comfortable and full about. Whatever you're going to use it for. I don't need to know what you're going to use it for. I'm just letting you know that the product is good and that there's a human being that is American behind this store. And even though you didn't fully check out, I'm willing to call you. So can you see how powerful that could be? Each of these customers, although the average order value is $250 in this space, each of these customers could be worth a couple $1,000s a year. In some cases, on the higher end things, $10,000, $15,000 a year. Not even counting the referral rate that some of these customers have by telling people who they're buying from. Most brands are leaving money on the table. Almost nobody runs a sales team. It's all self-serve checkout. Nobody calls the leads, saves the carts, and gets on the phone with the people. Okay? They do not buy their own name in search. Super cheap to do. Your own brand in Google and Bing ads in the search. Pay for a $5 a day, $10 a day. Rank for when people Google you so you show up. Retarget. Meta, especially. Just take vial. Don't even show the vial. Just show your brand name. Maybe hide the vials a little bit. Get some basic ads up. $10, $20 a day. So that way people, when they visit your site organically, you're following them around the internet. Need help getting this set up? We're doing this on Peptide Business Summit Workshop. Your affiliate army, people who want to use this on a consistent basis also want to refer it to other people. So give them a mechanism to make money. 25, 30%. You can do that all day, every day because of your margins, right? SEO easily can outrank people in SEO. Local SEO especially. Won't get into it, but if you just do any sort of local SEO research, people in your own local marketplace could find you. Because you got a house, right? You have a office space in your city. Just let people know that you exist and that you have a local location. Let's talk about how to run ads in this space. Most ads are getting rejected. It's not your image, your text, it's usually your landing page. Okay, they run to crawlers. They read the page your ad points to. Page of vials, weight loss claims is instant no. So, you never point at ads straight at your store. Use a bridge page. Now me, I've got away with just saying it straight to my store. What I've learned lately is that bridge page is what's needed. No scrolling, one button in the middle, crawler lands on it, seen clean image, no peptides, proves the ad. Button sends buyer to your store. Okay, put it on a subdomain, not yourbrand.com, make it shop.yourbrand.com with different design and different text. You want the crawler to see a different page than the store it is trying to inspect. Then there is the rule that kills more accounts, called the 80-20. 20% of your ads are going to get rejected. Platform and shut the whole account down if that happens. Okay. So you got to run 10 ads, 3 rejected, you can lose everything. That's why you have to warm the account up first. And you know what? You should probably just rent an agency ad account because it's already warmed to begin with. They never run hot from day one. So this is also why operators rent the accounts. Get the unlimited spend, and you got insider compliance because people on the team at the agency ad account, they want your account to stay up. So they're going to tell you what's compliant and what's not compliant. Okay? Couple rules. Never show a bare vial or syringe. Do not be a wise guy either. Okay? Don't sell, we sell t-shirts. Don't put that on the ad. Okay? It's got to be compliant. Don't gimmick your way into it. And don't write AI copy. Write it yourself. Research network, lab grade peps or peps. You can say that type of stuff. Not every platform will let you do this. Meta, Google, Rumble, Reddit will work if you say compliant. TikTok, Snapchat, Twitter, get too strict. Don't bother. Meta and Google alone can get you to 8 figures. And I've seen that. Build slowly, but like, dang. Case study is one of these brands, $1 million in spend, about $1 million in spend, right? Return 4.8 million in 6 months. So 5.3x return. Really good deal. Now I'm not going to go through the rest of this doc because it's pretty heavy. But this part is really important. It's about the financial of the situation. Will the financials stand up? They really were good 6 months, a year ago. Margins were higher because people were willing to spend more for the products. Now the product price points have been beaten down. So the margins are slimmer on top of payment processing tightening up and you needing to pay 10% plus a 10% reserve for you to even exist. Read these numbers, assess the situation, see if it's worth your time. I'm going to skip straight to the telehealth side. All right? You want to use research to fund and seed your telehealth brand. Don't treat these as two separate businesses. You should build both. The whole reason to run research this hard right now is to pay for the move. Okay? You get the cash, get the customer list, the brand, and the site. Customers keep coming to you. And the people bought on the research side are the same people who want the telehealth version. You already paid to acquire them. So on telehealth, you just keep refilling each month, doctor and pharmacy behind it, at no new cost. Well, to acquire the customer. Yes, you have to manually reach out to these people and tell them what's going on. They're going to be shutting down your research site or that you're not offering certain products anymore and that they have to buy it through the telehealth brand. But you're having to pay Meta to go do that. And you can have a VA reach out and do that, right? People trust you enough to put the stuff in their body. So why not just do it compliantly, right? Why not shift that demand, that momentum of buying into something that's compliant? Okay? You can still keep running the research, just have the telehealth there for the real long-term exit. All right? You will have reorders, obviously, but you can also have high-ticket coaching and cross-sell supplements and product stacks that make sense. You don't have to compete with Roe and the Hims, so you don't have to compete with them on price for the actual compounds. You could compete with them on service and the actual transformation that you can create for your clients, and by servicing specific pockets of audiences that are underserved. Good? Now, research, like we've covered, doesn't really give you an exit. Licensed telehealth does. So, that FDA hearing, when it comes, holy smokes, there's going to be a ton of capital flooding into all of these telehealth projects, because those compounds equal longevity market. They equal helping people's pain, their actual joint ligament. There's parts of their body that doesn't work, and it's going to fix it. That's what a lot of these compounds that are about to be approved are doing. Stuff that on a daily basis, people are having to deal with pain and limited mobility. This is going to be a big market. It already is, as proven by research use only. But when it becomes mainstream telehealth, holy smokes. Hundreds of millions, billions of dollars worth of capital is going to flood into this space. I mean, it already is, but it's going to, for you and me, it's going to flood more into our pockets so we can build these awesome businesses. And I'm making this video showing you all this because I know any of you are already well capitalized and that you just need good people in your leadership council so you can grow these brands faster. And I want to be a part of your journey. I'd like to get a piece of equity in your journey, if that makes sense. So, I'm inviting you to work with me with the Peptide Business Mastermind. Some of you will need to pay $7K upfront. Others, it's not even going to be about that upfront because I know you're well capitalized. And we could just do a rev share plus equity. We'll set up your sales team, your ads for you, plug you into the entire network. Suppliers at the right price, telehealth platform. When you're ready to sell, when we're ready to sell, hopefully, Ben Zogby, our M&A advisor, will already have that exit liquidity for us. Wouldn't it be nice to work on a business that you know is going to be in demand to be sold here in the next year or two? This is the new Bitcoin in that way. All right? It's going to be a small group putting together, peptrillionaires.com to put an application in. Okay? And we're going to be covering a bit of the initial scope of the engagement on Saturday's call. But Friday, I'm just opening up to the public, kind of the state of the industry, bringing on some speakers as well. If you're watching this video after those 2 dates, don't need to worry. I'm still open to engaging. Just know that I'm actively engaged with a cohort of people, and I need to be bringing you in kind of like as a getting you up to speed. Might have to have a separate call just so you can understand what's going on. So if any of this advisory points interest you, let's get on a call. Let's have a conversation. Let's get you sorted so you can become tele-wealthy in 2026.